There we go, baby. Rock and roll. So welcome to the quarterfinals. What's up, everybody? Woot woot! Getting some quarterfinal matches going down here today, baby. Can't wait. All right, we're on Kings Cove LE, which is the first map for the quarterfinals. In the blue, in the bottom right-hand corner, playing Terran, it is PhD on LSD. That is some radical science, bro. Dude, like, what if atoms, like, had feelings, bro? Dude. And his opponent in the top left-hand corner, in the red, playing Zerg, it is Kira. So Kira, going for hatch first. Putting down that gas, the pool right behind it. And a pretty standard barracks opening for our wicked scientist, man. PhD on LSD. What a name, PhD on LSD. How do you come up with that kind of stuff? Well, I was about to ask the question, how do you come up with a name like that? And I think the answer is, you do some LSD. Hey! Hi Fitz? Okay, I screwed that up. Jeifitz. Is it Jifitz or Hi-Fitz? Or like just Jeffitz? Let me know in the chat which one of those is still wrong. Because I'm sure I butchered it 3 times in a row. But thank you so much for the follow, man. I hope you're enjoying this Platinum Heroes tournament. We are having just a whale of a time today with Platinum Heroes 2. This is the second time in a row that I've been so fortunate to cast this tournament, and it has been a blasty blast. I love some Diamond, some Platinum Heroes action. These two ranks are so much fun to cast. There's so much interesting stuff going on. The players are really, really technically good, but they have so much room to grow. It makes it such a good experience for us as viewers to be able to watch them and say, okay, I see what they're doing. I've made this mistake before. Oh, a nice save by Kira there on the drone. This Reaper gonna pop up in the main. We'll get a full scout off here. We'll see all the timings and everything. And should be able to escape with his life unless he really messes up his micro somehow. Anyway, I was just saying, I really love casting these level games because they're so interesting, they're so fun, and this Reaper is gonna get a free drone kill here. Kira not gonna put that third down. Ouch. That's going to slow things down considerably here for our Zerg player, who's going to be really frustrated about not being able to plop down that third base just yet. Anyway, Platinum Diamond level players, they're good. We can see some of ourselves in them, but they still have room to grow. So, if you're a gold, silver, bronze level player watching these matches, you can say, this is what I aspire to. I can see these guys making some of the same mistakes I'm making, but this is what they do better than I do. And if you're a Diamond Masters player, you can watch these matches and immediately say, I've been there, I've done that, I've made that mistake before. I know what he's going to screw up here. Ooh, nice, good pickoff there by Kira for the third base there. Kira will expand. Hey, Crispy Bacon now following. Chris, you're in the tournament for later on, man. I hope you're doing well up against MCGX. Thank you so much for watching, man. I hope you're enjoying. And good luck with your match, which will be cast in just a little bit. We are going to get to cast, guys, due to some of the dropouts. So the bad news for the Platinum Heroes tournament this time is that we had a lot of players drop out. A lot of players registered and just didn't show up today. We had a couple Smurfs that we had to, like, smack down with the banhammer who tried to win some free money. Get out of here. It's so easy to tell if you don't qualify. And we had a couple players who just straight up didn't show. So we're already on the round of 8, and we're, like, a little bit ahead of schedule. Which means that I'm probably going to get to bring you all 4 matches from the quarterfinals today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to get to bring you both of the semifinal matches and the finals and the third place game. It's going to be phenomenal stuff. So Kira popping in with the Overlord, going to get a scout off here. Should get a good sense of what's going on. Didn't see any add-ons here on this starport, so not too sure what's popping out of it yet. And of course, that Liberator didn't pop out until after the Observer was, or the Overlord was dead. Hellion Unbry, though, from PhD, popping into Kira's third. Now, there aren't a lot of drones here just yet, but there's also nothing to defend against it, so this is going to be free drone kills here for PhD, unless Kira can muster up some kind of defense. I like that she's, Kira, I don't know if Kira is a girl or a boy. Oh, dear. I'll have to be careful with my pronoun usage, and we'll ask in the next one. Kira, spreading some creep over. Gonna connect these two bases. The Hellions just lying in wait right now, which is actually working to PHD's advantage. Now, what he's actually trying to do is put this Liberator in place, get a couple kills here, distract at the natural, and then move in at the third. That's exactly what he's going to do. The Liberator's going to set up here, right on top of the Queen. But Hellions in her third now. Going to roast it. Looks like 4 drones. Zergling's going to get a full surround here, but the Hellions, oh no. The Hellions unable to move into a good spot here. They do have a nice little cozy corner in between some of those minerals, but what? What? Okay, the Liberator with 10 kills. Unbelievable. Taking that Queen down, forcing all the lost mining time, and 2 Hellions still going to get away with their lives. Why on earth did Kira get those Zerglings out as though the Zerglings were going to fight against the Liberator? That Liberator goes down with 10 kills, but okie smokes, it was brilliantly done. Music a little too loud. Sorry about that. The Liberator going to go down, but 10 kills. Take a look at the units lost tab here. 14 drones have gone down. Hokey smokes, friends. That is phenomenal. Going to force a lot more units here out of Kira, meaning that her larva is also going to be at a disadvantage here. So she's not going to be able to stay on Ling Bling style, even though she's building that baby nest. I keep calling Kira a she. I'm going to do it for this whole game, and then check on this person's gender and their preferred pronouns in between the games so that I don't seem like a total jerkbag. I'm just an idiot. I forget what the name of the law is, but I'm very fond of the saying that you should never ascribe to malice what can be explained by incompetence. And that certainly is me as a caster to a T. I'm not trying to mess you up, I'm just really bad at what I do. So thanks for your patience. PhD with a Widowmine scrubbed in here. These Zerglings going to try and go for a run by, but whoa. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. Kira forcing the shot out of that Widowmine with the 1 scouting Zergling. That's actually really well done. What a good move. She could have thrown all that stuff away. Instead, a lot of those happy little 8 Zerglings are going to head back home with smiles on their faces and wings on their back. +1 on the way now for Kira. Second Evo chamber is going down. I'm not sure if that was forgotten or if it is just part of this build here. But +1 melee on the way for these Zerglings and the Banelings as well. No additional tech yet for Kira. No Roach Warren, no Spire, no, not even... Okay, Lair tech is finished up, so the Lair's finished, but nothing else so far. Adding on a couple gases here at the third, but it looks like PhD ready to move out here. There's no medevac support for this army. Tanks up on the on the northern road for some reason. Oh, there's the medevac support. They're way ahead. What's up? Oh, what's up, Maxos? Welcome back to the stream, buddy. It's good to see you in the stream. You're going to hear this a minute later, but just know that I was really excited to see you when you joined a minute ago. All right, so here we go. PhD setting up for an attack. Now, Kira sees all of this and knows what's happening. Should be moving those Zerglings into position. Should be moving those Zerglings into position. Should be... Come on, Kira. What are you doing? Okay, spreading some creep here. 4th base has gone down for Kira, but here's the attack, man. Siege tank on the low ground. Zergling's going to take a couple shots here. The Baneling's waddling in here, but PhD, oh, some good Baneling hits, softening up a lot of those units, but there's still a lot of Marauders in this army. So PhD, even after taking a not great engagement here, is going to be able to heal back up and continue his push here on the 3rd base. More Zerglings now coming out for Kira as PhD pushes up the ramp. Oh no, the Siege Tank unsieged at the wrong time. Some Zerglings going to get a big surround here. This is a big loss for PhD. The Siege Tank goes down. The Bio fighting for its life, but there are so many Zerglings here. He needs to pick up and get out, but the Zerglings working their way around here. Again, these units do have +1 armor, which is why they're staying alive for so long, but that is going to do it. Kira going to clean it all up and has successfully defended that attack. +1 now on the way for Kira. Even more drones. Liberator in the main base doing some massive damage. 12 drone kills completely. 12 drone kills in total, rather. Liberator at the natural as well. 4 queens. A cute transfuse from Kira to keep that queen alive. Liberator repositioning itself here. Kira really suffering from the multi-pronged terrassier of PhD, who has expanded to a 3rd and a 4th base as well. Planetary Fortress the 3rd, meaning this is going to be very, very difficult to break. Kira realizes there's some pressure on her side of the map. Sends these Zerglings across. Definitely going to get force a cancel on this 4th base. Doesn't even see the 4th base. Never mind. Going in here. Siege Tank has set up those Zerglings, forced to get out of there. Oh, waiting a long time to commit to that, and that Murdo Mine still with just 1 kill here. But softening up what I imagine softening up several of those units for the Siege Tank to take out. So a little unsuccessful run by there by Kira, but let's see what she moves into after this. Hydralisk Den is up now. Hydralisk speed on the way, +2 melee on the way, but that's not going to help these Hydralisks. We see the Infestation Pit added on as well, with Hive Tech, no doubt, shortly behind this. Meanwhile, PhD on LSD does have his Planetary Fortress up here, does have this 4th command center just finishing up that hasn't been scouted at all by Kira. Kira, oh, bless your heart, get some scouting done. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, jeez. More Marauders coming out for our Terran player. +1 finally on the way. Stim pack about to finish up. Only one engineering bay, and it looks like, oh no, there's no armory yet. Just getting started here for PhD. So +2 going to be a little bit... Oh, actually, that timing might work out pretty well. Now that I think about it, I think the armory is going to finish up just as +2 finishes up. So I think PhD in a pretty good spot here. Both these players, though, on 4 bases, similar numbers of worker units and similar army counts. So I gotta say, even though PhD was putting a little bit of pressure on here, Kira seems to be holding their own on the other side of the map. Changeling gonna try and crawl. This is what I feel like, by the way, in the mornings before I have my coffee. This is like how I get around the office. Just... blah. I don't wanna... No, that's definitely me. To a T. Blorp. There we go. Zergling run by into the 4th base here. Now, the 4th base has been set up. It's not turned into an orbital command yet, so SCVs could be loaded into that, but it doesn't matter. The 2 refineries are going to get taken down here. This is going to force a move out here from PhD on LSD. It looks sounded like a Widowmine shot went off there, but I'm not sure why. Kira going to get driven away there. The 4th base should be able to re-land there for PhD and hopefully get a little bit saturated. PhD, of course, moving his army out onto the map. This is going to increase his risk just a little bit. I mean, it could be a little bit more dangerous for him to engage into this, but Kira... still with the Scouting Overlord here. Very nicely done. A couple Zerglings are going to run by this Planetary Fortress as well, but I'm not sure what's going to get them first, the Planetary or the Widowmine. They're going to miss the Widowmine, so the Planetary is going to get them first, and the Planetary is going to make short work of that Zergling run by. Now, a lot of Zerglings coming out on the map now. Zergling, Baneling on the way for Kira. We do see the Hive Tech, as commented earlier. We also see a Spire on the way. Kira really choosing tech paths that give her so many options here as she continues on the map. +2 armor on the way for Kira, but more and more tanks rolling out here for PhD, who is mustering a really significantly sized force here on the middle of the map. Oh, man. PhD a little bit supply blocked here. That's not good. Building 1 supply depot, but look at all these barracks just sitting, waiting to pump something out. Oh, this is terrible. You got to land some luxury high-rise supply depots. Come on, man. All right. Here we go. PhD, despite, he's like, oh, he's supply blocked. So he's like, okay, there are 2 options if I'm supply blocked. I can either build more supply depots, or I can just kill some units. And it looks like he's going for option number 2 here, as he's setting up for a pretty significant attack. Siege tank set up way back in the background here for PhD on LSD. They're not going to be able to do as much damage as maybe they would like if this Bioforce steps onto creep here. Now, there is not Baneling speed yet, just... oh yeah, there is Baneling speed. Okay, I missed Baneling speed earlier. So the Banelings do have speed, the Zerglings do have speed, but the tanks sieging up a little bit late here, gonna get a full surround. The Zerglings and Banelings wrapping around everything. A big stim out of the Bioforces, but the Banelings crashing in now. So many Banelings. Hydralis behind this to clean this up. Kira does an absolutely bang-up job cleaning up all of PhD's units, and that was an absolute mistake there from PhD. Was not ready to engage with that army. Oh man, catching those siege tank unsieged, and 30 Banelings on the way. Oh, Kira. Bless my heart, this is a fantastic game. Of course, that's where the lag kicks in. PhD blaming it on lag. I'm sure the sun was in his eyes. Sun was in his eyes, too, as more and more Banelings coming out here for Kira. Adrenal glands now on the way. Kira staying on this Ling Bling style. Hasn't scrubbed any units in from her Spire just yet. Gonna pick off that last siege tank. Greater Spire on the way, but there are no Corruptors and no Broodlords out just yet. Double Thor on the way for PhD on LSD. Thor and Liberator, which is a nice composition. I don't know how I feel about Thor against this many Zerglings and Banelings, but Liberator, certainly a good choice. Going to give you a lot of power, going to give you a lot more freedom, and going to allow you to break some of those lines and really start driving in and forcing the Zerg player to come to you. Kira just sitting back at home, waiting. Another planetary is going up now for PhD on LSD at this 4th base location. And he's starting a 5th base here at the little pocket area in front of the natural and the 3rd. So both players, again, still similar worker counts, similar army counts, but Kira taking a really, really good engagement here. Take a look at the units lost tab here, and in fact, let's take a look at the units resources lost tab. We can see, actually, oh, that's much closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought PhD would be much significantly ahead in resources lost, but it looks like Kira just barely eking him out there. About the same. Kira finally mixing in the first Corruptors and 8 Broodlords on the way. Broodlord Ling Bane This is a beautiful army composition. The Lings, of course, able to support those Broodlords, and the Broodlords, of course, able to do some really, really significant damage, especially with that +3 attack upgrade on the way for our Zerg player. Now, Kira needs to be careful here. Off creep, these units are, of course, famously very slow, and we can see her addressing that already with a couple queens waddling forward from, you know, God knows where on the map to plant a lot of creep tumors as she begins to push through into this low ground in the middle of the map. This is one of my favorite parts of King's Cove LE. Check this thing out, man. There's high ground here. There's high ground here, and the quickest way between it is onto the low ground on the backside. Broodlords starting to engage in here. This is a really dangerous spot here. PhD gonna move forward onto these Zerglings, onto these Broodlords rather, but the Banelings and Zerglings rolling forward here. Corruptors taking out Liberators. Kira gonna get out of there, unfortunately. Gonna throw away a lot of her army units here. The army supply still significantly ahead for Kira. Banelings crashing into everything. The Thor's already about half health here. There's not a lot of bio left here, and the Broodlords raining Broodlings down onto anything that's left. With only 27 army supply, PhD's army has been crushed yet again. The Broodlords setting up onto the 4th base here. Kira being very cautious with these Broodlords, staying on top of this high ground, making 72 war Zerglings. Oh my goodness gracious. The PhD on LSD just doesn't quite have as much, doesn't quite have as much production as Kira does. Broodlings still raining down. This 4th base will go down very shortly. All the mining has stopped now. The Broodlords taking their time. Big attack here into the natural. Zerglings, Hydralisks, Corruptors pushing forward here. The Siege Tank still getting a lot of shots off. Kira needs to focus fire down exactly what she can. Banelings rolling in from the back here. Banelings off creep, but they do still have speed. Dislodges this natural expansion. The 4th base has been broken as well. The Broodlords joining the forces here at the natural. There's the GG from PhD on LSD. And whew, that's about as many initialisms as I can get out in my life. Kira is going to take game number 1. Oh, baby, what a game. All right, let's throw 1 minute back on the clock, and we will have PhD on LSD choose map number 2. All right, what a match from Kira. Very well done. Both those players so close. Unfortunately, PhD on LSD just not able to take the good engagements that we were really hoping for before. Not able to take good engagement, so Kira able to really work that Ling Bane, and at the end, Broodlord style, against a Terran player who wasn't quite as mobile as he needed to be. Alright, hold on just a minute. Let me get Kira back in here. Alright, so we're on Turbo Cruise 84. LE is going to be our next map. Man, I love Turbo Cruise. What an interesting map. Alright, we're getting this game thing set up. Okay, Kira needs to take a quick break, guys. Sure. Okay. Guys, I'm really sorry. We gotta take a quick break. One of our players needs a bathroom break. I'm gonna take a bathroom break as well. So I'm gonna throw a couple minutes on the clock. We're gonna watch a little hype video, and in 3 minutes, we'll be right back with game number 2 between Kira and PhD on LSD. Apologies for the delay, guys. We'll be back as soon as we can. Don't go anywhere. This is it! This is the reason we've been here for 14 hours over the last 2 days. It all comes down to this work. 3 queens arrive, a couple drones, or a couple Zerglings as well, forcing a pickup, and that last stalker gonna get left behind. Oh my god, and he picks off. Holy shit, what a play from Panda. So what can I say? It's an unusual harass, but it looks like it's gonna pay off. The 2 Vikings land, and they're gonna start gunning down hapless SCVs. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time the concave is in favor of the mech player, and look at that. Starlet absolutely disintegrating under the pressure. Gonna GG out with no army left. The Hydralisks take it down without a doubt. 3 SCVs go down, and the conga line of SCVs getting taken out. Charge Zealots on top of all the bio. Colossi ripping down some missile turrets. Need to get on top of that bio here and get over there and check for the 3rd, unless he gets taken down by these Zerglings. And wow, the blink away, very nicely done. It's a really dangerous move here by Beatty. Like, the army gonna get underneath it, and in fact, both of those Phoenix are gonna go down. No way. Oh, a nice little Hellion run by here into the 5th base here. Blue Flame Hellion's going to destroy a lot of drones here, morphing into Hellbats even for that added splash damage. Look at that. Very nice. Now, Siege Tanks and Hellions don't do a great job against Battlecruisers, and I gotta say, suddenly, it looks like the tide has turned for Abby. 6, 7, 8, 9, oh my god, 10, I'm running out of fingers, and the natural, oh my god, oh my god, what a play. The natural is going to go down at the last minute. Meanwhile, drop into the main base here, immediately picking off some tech that comes out, and it looks like Soul Stranger needs to control this a little bit better. There's still no robo facility at all. We do see an Oracle getting chronoed out for that revelation, but it's going to be a while before it happens. And those Marines stutter stepping back. It's actually great control here by Chewanga, who lets his bio forces get back here. Oh, there's a big storm though, raining on top of the Medivacs and Marines. Another Void Ray does pop out, all focusing down on that Battlecruiser. There's the GG from Beatty, and Soul Stranger is going to take game number 1. See this drop moving in. 1 Queen, 2 Queen, 1 Baneling Nest, and the Spire should be the next thing to go. Look at that. All the Marines. Void Ray is already down. Look at that. And an immediate pickup. Nice pickup there into the Warp Prism, and Null looks like he's just going to steamroll his opponent once again. Big Warpins and Zealots from both sides. +3 is started as well. DTs, and there's no detection here. Oh, this could be a fantastic move here by Blink. Oh no! Dazzum Ultra in a whole world of trouble as these Medivacs are going to be forced to boost away, but one is going to go down. He's going to lose a Medivac full of 8 Marines. Oh man, what a great pick there from Toon Dragon, whose Spidey senses were absolutely just tingling. And Toon Dragon GG's out. Friends, there we have it. The grand champion of Diamond Heroes 1, Chocolate. Congrats from Beatty-Lek, and we have crowned the first Platinum Heroes 1 champion, Soul Stranger. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience in the break. One of our players had to take a quick restroom break, and I did as well, but we are back now, and we are on Turbo Cruise 84LE, one of my favorite maps in the map pool. I'm so jazzed to see it happen, baby, and we're gonna get straight into the action. So here we go. Game number 2 between Kira and PhD on LSD. Just 1 minute, guys. Let me fix something here on my own screen. I've got Flux running right now, which is great, but also it makes it really difficult to tell what is happening this late at night. All right. Turbo Cruise 84LE in the top right-hand corner in the blue, playing Zerg. It's Kira. And in the red, with possibly my favorite name in the tournament, I will be so disappointed if he loses this game, because I won't get to say his fun name anymore. It's PhD on LSD. Now in the break, I was informed that our Zerg player Kira has in fact played on my stream before, and I made the same mistake last time of referring to this player as a she. Kira's a dude. He, him. I'm such an idiot. Kira's a dude. So, I'm gonna call him a dude. Scouting SCV from PhD, gonna get in the main base here. Not gonna see everything in the main base though. Is gonna just start attacking the natural, I guess, because this is the little SCV who could. You get it, little buddy. You do it. Yeah, you attack that natural, man. You make it work. Look at him go. Huzzah! Alright, whatever. I don't know what that was all about. Just biding some time, I suppose. Getting into this main base. Now he'll finally get his scouting off, I hope. Still has not seen this anything of value scouting. Come on. Go scout something. Anything. Okay. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, scouts out. What he's up against. Even steals. One of the mineral fields there. It's just chilling. I love it. How dumb. Natural going down for PhD on LSD. Factory, of course, in the main base behind this. Looks like it's going to be a 1-1-1. Pretty sample stuff. I fail. Hey, welcome back. I fail? Thanks, man. It should be fun. We're doing, I'm so lucky that I'm able to cast all 4 of the round of 8 matches today. Assuming you don't run too far over today, we're going to get to see all 4 of the round of 8 matches. So that should be real exciting, man. Woo! 2 kills on this Reaper. The Reaper is going to get out with its life. Unbelievable. The Reaper is going to live away from that son of a gun. So Kira unable to take down the Reaper. The Reaper getting 2 kills and a full scout. And Kira remarking about just how nice that is in the chat. Isn't it great when the players are polite to each other? I love it. All right, Reactor just finishing up. The Factory going to swap over. We're going to see a couple Hellions popping out just as this Overlord pops in. So Kira going to head on down south and hopefully check out exactly what's going on. The Starport, of course, getting added onto the back of this from PHDonLSD. Ooh, Tech Lab on the barracks with a Starport next to it. Oh, man. Are we going to see Banshees? We haven't seen Banshees yet this entire tournament. I would love to see some Banshees. Oh, come on, PhD. You know you wanna. Starport finishing up. Barracks not upgrading anything. Oh, baby. Here it comes. Adding some stuff on. Hey, Canadian Youth. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the tournament, man. I'm having a great time. Okay, so no Banshees. I got all excited about nothing. Just gonna be a Stim and a Viking. That's fine. It's a great build as it is. I love this Viking. Not enough platinum level players. Crank out a Viking before they start doing medevacs. When you're playing against a Zerg, especially at this level, it's almost always worth it. It's going to prevent that Nidus play. It's going to... Vivid, you monster. Of course not. I'm sure your stream was great, man. The Viking is going to clear out those Overlords, going to prevent that Nidus, going to stop the scouting, going to give you more map control. It is always worth it 110% of the time. Guys, Terran players, playing against Zerg, build a Viking first and then get into your medevacs, man. Always worth it. 100% of the time, I guarantee you. It's one of those weird things in a game where it doesn't seem like it makes a tangible difference because it's not as exciting. Like a Liberator, you get some of those immediate kills. You know, Happy Face, thank you so much for the follow. Good luck in the tournament later, man. Good luck. Okay, so this run by from PHDonLSD, not going to find anything. Going to see there's no 4th base down, but wasn't able to roast any drones in the 3rd as there weren't any drones there. Anyway, the Viking. It doesn't give you that immediate, like, rush of, what is it when you feel something good in your brain? I'm so dumb. What's the chemical? Oxytocin? No. Chat is going to kill me in about 60 seconds when they see the delay. Anyway, a Liberator gives your brain immediate hits of like, oh, I did good things, hooray! But the Viking, you know, you clear a couple Overlords and you're like, yeah, whatever. But also, 20 minutes later in the game, the Zerg is like, why can't I scout anything? And also, why am I supply blocked so heavily? This is why. These Vikings heading down. Oh, Canadian Youth, you're vibrant in the tournament. Rock and roll. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are all checking out the other games, scouting out your opponents, getting some oppo research done. All right, so supply blocks for both players here. PHDonLSD, this one's all his fault. He hasn't lost any supply depots. He just hasn't been building them. And he's not building any more yet. Oh, dear. He's going to be very supply blocked. Okay, there we go. Drops a supply depot onto his wall. Bold choice. And starts building a couple more supply depots. The supply block has been lifted there for PhD. And Kira, not supply blocked anymore after losing a couple Overlords. That Viking with 3 kills. Beautiful. Overlord speed about to finish, though, so that should be okay. Siege tanks from PhD here to defend against this. We see combat shields just finishing up. Stim, of course, is done. 1-1 on the way. And that armory is not in production just yet. So 1-1 looks like where it's going to stop for a while for PhD. Dopamine is what I was looking for. Thank you, Dopamine. I'm so dumb. Thanks to Juniva, our local resident, soon-to-be medical student, to help me out with being dumb. All right, so Terran player here, building a 3rd command center, setting up for like a +1/+1 push, I think. There's just not a whole lot on the ground yet for our Terran player. Does have twice the army supply, but it just doesn't feel like quite enough for a big push. But again, all those Hellions are still alive, so that's okay. Meanwhile, on the Zerg side of the map, only 3 bases down. Macro hatch in the main. Baneling Nest, and there it is. Finally some tech here. Hydralisk Den going to come down to join these Ling Banes. So Ling Bane Hydra for Kira, she showed us some, gosh darn it, Kira is a dude. I've been making that mistake all the time. Kira showing us some really, really powerful Ling Bane Broodlord play last game. What a scan. Going to show the entire army of Kira all those queens, shows the banelings. Wow, picking up a lot of stuff there. Nice work, PhD on LSD. Kira showing us true mastery of the Ling Bane Broodlord style last time, mixed in some Hydras as well. And it looks like a very similar build this time around. Baneling speed on the way, Hydralisk speed on the way. Again, melee attacks on the way, setting up for that long, late game Zergling, Baneling attack. PhD adding on the barracks, finally has the armory down, getting that +2/+2 started up. So going to be a little ahead on the upgrades game against Kira. Kira with +2, just, well, +2 is the same for Kira, but armor, of course, going to be slightly ahead for PhD. PhD also getting vehicle armor, which is a nice upgrade to scrub in here. Not enough players do that when they've got Hellions and tanks in the field. The tank support going to be very wise. And look at that, it's concussive shells. Good work, PhD. You've been watching my previous casts, haven't you? Thanks so much. All right, Hellion's going to step back onto creep here. Pick off a couple creep tumors here. Maybe, oh yeah, that is a significant clearing of creep there by PhD. He is going to get, of course, swarmed here by these Zerglings. Banelings rolling in as well. Luckily, no Banelings exploding there. Kira being very smart, not wasting any Banelings on those Hellions. But that is going to take out one of the strike forces from PhD. Now, PhD was probably hoping to use that to distract more than actually do any real damage. But now that option is gone. Queens immediately respreading that creep as quickly as they can. Very nicely done. Going to help them to connect the fourth base to the third base here. Widowmine's dropping down. Widowmine shot's going to go down on a queen. That one is going to get taken down there. The queen should get transfused. Look at these queens with so much energy here. Kira dropping in the macro just a little bit back home. There we go. PhD stepping onto creep now in between these inhibitor zones. Needs to scan and pick up these creep tumors. It doesn't. Okay, it's going to be really difficult for Kira to attack into these inhibitor zones. It would be a fool's errand to roll these banelings forward, even if they're on creep, through the zones. So Kira needs to set up a flank, which is exactly what he's doing. Look at this. Zerglings here in the back. Going to set up a flank on the side here. Catches the siege tanks unsieged. Moves into the inhibitor zones on the other side. Siege tanks able to get a lot of shots off, though the banelings pushing forward. The tanks immediately going down. Kira overwhelming his opponent with overwhelming force. So Hydralisk now trying to take out the Liberators in the Liberator zones. Oh, that was dumb. Missing a couple Hydralisks there. There we go. Kira forced to retreat, though, as the next round of bio and tanks come across the map here. The creep has been swept from this middle area. There are two... okay, never mind. Those tumors are getting taken down, so nice work there by PhD to take out the tumors. Again, Zerglings coming through that inhibitor zone. I don't think that's a good idea. Kira going to lose a lot. They're going to overstay his welcome just a little bit. We see drones transferring down to this new fourth base from Kira that has been set up. No fifth just yet, but the creep has connected. Look at all these queens from Kira that should be doing something. Kira missing a lot there. Third base from PhD has been set up but not saturated yet. The income tab has got to be absolutely disgusting. While we've got a break in the action, let's take a look at that income tab. There we go. That's the one I wanted. The income tab spiraling out of control for Kira. Now at a 1500 mineral advantage. And in fact, check the income tab. The income loss tab. That's what I want. No, that. There we go. Resources lost tab. Kira, obviously with a couple more resources lost, but 5 bases to 3, able to buck up and continue the assault. Hive tech on the way for Kira. +2 just finishes up. Kira even on upgrades for now, but +3 is just getting started for PhD. Needs to start the other +3 as well. Has the money for it. Needs to get that started. PhD rotating around to the south side of the map. Going to head up into where the 6th base location should be. Oh no, this bevy of queens having a little book club. This is going to be bad news bears. The queens all engaging here. The flood of Zerglings and Banelings needs to come all the way across from the 3rd base. So many queens have gone down, and PhD able to set up off of creep here. Okay, here we go. Big surround here. All the Zerglings getting in on top of the Thors, on top of the tanks, on top of the bio. There's still a lot of Hydralisks here, but there's still some mech left as well. Okay, last couple Marauders going down here. It looks like Kira is going to be able to clean this up, and this was PhD's entire fighting force. Kira able to clean it up with ease. Kira making 38 more Zerglings. Now is the time to push. Look at that 70 army supply to only 15. PhD floating a lot of minerals. Both players floating a lot of minerals right now. We need to see better macro from them. A little drop in the main here is going to get cleaned up by Kira. So Kira not going to, or PhD not going to be able to get anything done here. Kira morphing in 12 more Banelings. Needs to move across the map right now. 5th base has finished up for Kira. Oops. A little oversaturated like gas. That's all right. Adrenal glands has begun. +3 has begun. +3 has begun. Kira getting all the upgrades he needs to really close out this game, but still playing very passively, waiting back home, not striking out for an attack just yet. PhD only on 3 bases. No 4th base on the way. Greater Spire just getting started for Kira here. Looking like Kira wants to move back into that Ling Bling Broodlord style that we saw last game. pushing the creep forward. Doesn't want to attack through those inhibitor zones. That was the biggest mistake that Kira made this game, was attacking through the inhibitor zones last time. Shaved off a lot of those Zerglings and Banelings. Unfortunately, it set back her progress quite a bit. There was some good creep sweeping by PHD, and whoa, Kira trying to expand everywhere here. It does force a cancel on that base, but that is cute. This is adorable. Oh my god. Look at this. The drone is trying to take down the sensor tower, and the SCV trying to take down the drone. The players are definitely selecting these units. This is so cute. Get out of there, Kira. Get out of there. Kira. Kira, go! Drone! Don't... Oh, the drone sacrificing that SCV has got an erection the size of a flagpole right now after getting a kill on one of those Zerglings. Congratulations to you, good sir. Can't believe the drone got that sensor tower down to like half health. Wow. Wild. Fourth base finally on the way for PHD. Unfortunately, Kira has a sixth behind it. Getting that sixth, pushing that creep forward. Kira just sharking around, waiting, building up forces. 100 army supply to 57 now. Kira gonna max out on Broodlords and head across the map. 192 supply as 3-3 finishes up for both of these players. We are gonna see a mid to late game push. 9 Broodlords now morphing in for Kira. Gotta zoom out to see all the Broodlords. Oh my gosh. 6th base has finished up. Kira needs to get that creep connected, otherwise that base is a sitting duck. 2 Thors on the way. Couple medevacs as well. PHD really struggling to keep up with the macro. 154 supply to only 200 here. Now this is a pretty good army composition against Ling Bling Broodlord. The siege tank's a little far forward, and I'm not sure if these Widow Mines are going to do a whole lot of damage here against the Broodlords. But of course, PHD has no idea that Broodlords are the name of the game yet. Only 4 Vikings out so far. Now, unless there are a lot of Corruptors flanking these Broodlords, which I don't think there are. Oh no, there's only 2 Corruptors. So it's going to be a timed attack here. Kira needs to get a lot of damage done. Okay, there are a couple Hydralisks mixed in, so that's okay. Should be alright, never mind then. So the Vikings can go down to those Hydralisks. We see more medevacs coming out now by PHD to try and support this bio army that is now 3-3. +1 vehicle armor, +2 on the way now for PHD. Kira not spending any money, banking 4,000 gas, needs to get something done. Little Zergling run by here, going to draw these forces over to the 4th base, and this is going to give Kira the opening she needs to move the Broodlords into position to begin raining the Broodlings down on these waiting tanks and sieged and Widow Mines. Okay, Broodlords coming in now, attacking into the inhibitor zone again. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. Here we go. Oh my gosh, Broodlords take out one of the tanks. So surrounding a Thor there. Widow Mine shots, a lot of friendly fire. 2nd Thor goes down. These Broodlords getting great positioning. Look at this. They ate a couple shots from the Thors, and now the Vikings and Thors are here. These Broodlords have to be careful, but Kira moving the rest of her forces around the inhibitor zones, down into this 5th base here. The Broodlords still under attack, but not going to attack into those inhibitor zones. Oh no, the Hydralisk stepping forward. Now Kira can't throw away these Hydralisks. They're the only protection her Broodlords have. Unfortunately, her other attack, there we go. Flank coming in from the back. Banelings crashing into all the bio units here. The bio's going down. Oh, he smokes. There we go. All the bio getting wiped off the face of the earth. Now PHD still has a lot going on here. Vikings picking off a lot of things here. The Broodlords are still alive, but they're very low. Hydralisks need to get forward and start picking off these Vikings, though. 4 Vikings, 3 Vikings, 2 Vikings. Ooh, 2 Vikings, barely. Unbelievably, PHD has held. Kira, already remaxed. 76 Zerglings on the way. Flyer attacks, missile attacks coming up. This wasn't the engagement that Kira was looking for. Gonna try and wrap some Zerglings around and some Hydralisks to stay out of those inhibitor zones. Now, the Broodlords are doing a really good job of using those inhibitor zones to their advantage there, stopping everything from coming at them. Banelings rolling forward again through the inhibitor zones. This is not great. Banelings exploding on these Thors. I'm not sure what that's all about. Vikings chasing the Broodlords back here. 2 Vikings having an open season here on those Broodlords, but the 4th base is unbelievably going to be rescued for now. Thor's now working in, going to get some big shots off here. Kira giving up too many Broodlords here. Now, the income advantage is significant for Kira here. The mass repair is going down. A lot of SCVs getting picked off, but at this stage of the game, it doesn't really matter. Here we go. Now there's enough Hydralisks to protect the 3 remaining Broodlords, and Kira can push forward into the natural of PHD. PHD going to really struggle to hold this attack. Kira needs to focus fire down everything very carefully, though. There are still some Vikings here to pick off those Broodlords. Now, there's a couple of counterattacks going on here by PHD, who's cleaned up the 3rd base and the natural, and has one Marauder picking off a hatchery here, but Kira absolutely rolling through everything. The natural of PHD is going down. PhD, Baneling's rolling forward. Nice. Baneling hits, almost taking down all those bio, but I don't think it's going to be enough. PhD's supply simply dropping too fast. Unable to make any more units. Completely supply blocked right now. Even if PhD is able to pick off all these Zerg units, there are still so many more drones. Kira able to overwhelm absolutely everything on PhD. Now she's in the main base of PhD. There's the GG from PhD on LSD, and Kira is going to take game number 2 and the series. Congratulations to him. PhD, condolences. I'm sad I'm going to not be able to say your amazing name anymore.